I think we're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Merle's Pearls of Business Wisdom, where I, Merle M. Singer, the relationship miracle worker, talks about all things relationship and how they can impact the workplace. Now, tonight's topic is going to be about, does relationships really matter? I mean, after all, if you're an engineer and you're doing some big important math problems and you're really good at it, you were great when you were in school, that's why you took it, and you got this job as this mechanical engineering, and everything just goes in your brain, it all goes together like nobody else. So why do you have to be nice to anybody? You have talent. Excuse me. However, as important as that is, that's only part of the job. The other part of the job is letting other people know without bragging, interacting with them, communicating with them, because what you've done in your job, this little piece here, is central to what will make the whole project work. And so you have to communicate with other people that this is where your little piece fits into the bigger picture, and how theirs interacts with your piece, and how when you do it together separately and can come together, that the whole project works better. And what do you care as the boss? I mean, okay, so they get along or they don't get along. Well, you care because when they work together really well, it makes the whole project function fabulous and more cheaply. That's what you want. It's bottom line. So how that person gets along with that other person in your office, workplace, or on Zoom, whatever it will be, it makes your bottom line bigger. And if you're the big boss, that's really important. And if you're the intermediary boss, it's important so that you keep your job. So skills, specific skills, let's say STEM skills, are obviously incredibly important. But making sure that the projects that you accomplish work and intertwine with what needs to be done in that project, in that bigger project for that company, is incredibly important. And just knowing it and say, well, I got it done because I'm terrific. I mean, that can be cute if you're being funny, but it can be annoying if you're being serious. So, interpersonal skills are really important, and they're important to the bottom line. And so, what do you care? I'm doing my job. Whatever happens because I'm doing my job. Yes. But if you don't do your job with good relationships with other people, and the company tanks because nobody's doing good with the rest of the people, then you lose your job. So it's really incumbent upon you and me and everybody else to, I forgot the name of the guy, said, can't we just get along? which seems, does it sound immature? No, it's basic. It's the essence, essential. We need to get along. And it's just as simple as that. There's a lot of proof. There's a lot of studies that say when you get along better at work, work is better. It's basic. It's basic. And it's not just at work, by the way, because the skills you have at work, you can use at home. You can use with your mother-in-law. You can use with your kids and with that annoying neighbor. If you learn to get along with people that you don't necessarily like, but they're there, and the chances are they have something to offer to that company. And if that's the case, then you need to respect that skill or talent or whatever, even if he is the boss's son-in-law, whatever. So when you can understand where, as people in the company, where everybody fits in, and that if you help the fitting in, it completes the puzzle, and it makes the puzzle all functioning and working. And we're back to that bottom line, because the more effective you are, the more effective you help other people be, then everything works better. So I did do some homework. Thank you, Google. I don't know what we would do without Google. I used to have, do you know, encyclopedias. I mean, Google is the encyclopedia. Isn't that amazing? Yes, it is. So to foster employee interaction, that becomes the job of the middle management or the owner or whomever. It's not enough that you want to say, oh, can't you all get along? Just just be nice to everybody. No, sometimes you have to help people. And one of the ways is you can just promote face-to-face interaction. And by the way, you can do that on Zoom. And by the way, since nowadays we have this a hybrid of people at work and people on Zoom. Now, different companies feel differently about that, and some want to push to make everybody come in all the time. But most people are getting blowback because there are enough people that find it more effective that just the 2 hours it takes driving into work and back. And if that's 1 hour each way, or if that's 2 hours each way, that's work that they can say, okay, I can understand that if I work from that 7 to 5, I can understand that that's my work time. And I'm used to it being my work time, so I don't have my kids scheduled when I'm driving to work. And so however you end up dealing with Zoom, what you would like and what you want to create is a atmosphere where there is that interpersonal interaction, and that it includes the people on Zoom, and maybe do some things that they do together, maybe even social interactions, and you can have some kind of you have to have a game of basketball, for goodness sake. regardless of height. Or you can have a contest with, we're going to do something social. What's the best thing? What would you like? And get some feedback and pick some activity that they choose or you choose, or and see how it works, and get people helping to create the event and then doing the event. By having it, having people help out with it, they're learning skills at a point where it's not important, that you don't have to say, oh gosh, if they don't do it right, I'm going to lose the whole project. It'll be a less effective activity. So it's good practice. What you're doing, it's not rewarding them, but it is rewarding them. But it's non-linear teaching. You're teaching them how to get together and work together, how to be effective at it in something that's not the exact project that you want them to do. It's outside. It's this extra activity, this fun activity. But what they learn there, they take it into their job project. They don't mean to. They don't mean not to. You just can't help it. When you learn something, you use what you've learned. And so that is an enormously effective way. If you can think in terms of non-linear teaching, I should copyright that, because that's mine. I've said that for 10, 20 years. In fact, I used to have a website called My Mount Everest. I don't have it anymore, but it's My Mount Everest. So if I learn something that's scary for me, then that skill and that ability to deal with my fear is a skill that I'm going to take on to something else, where it's not just an activity, it's a money-making activity. So you can create that in the workplace. And please understand that it may seem just like fun, and it should be fun, but the results of it is definitely going to help your bottom line and make it pleasant too. I mean, how could that be bad? To have work and to enjoy it. You don't have to enjoy it for it to be work, but it couldn't hurt if you did. So, yeah, so kind of what you're trying to create is this something called a PERMA model, which is to have positive emotions like empathy, and to get involved, be engaged, and as a result, there's positive relationships that you create, and you have a purpose, a meaning. As a result of that, what happens? You hit the bullseye. You have the achievement, the accomplishment. So, I mean, that's the positive psychology words that you use. But one of the really effective ways is just getting them to work together, whoever them is in your company, or of the people that you're responsible. If they work together effectively and happily and respectfully, that's a win-win-win-win-win-win-win. And so, what do they say? The take-home message is, it's pretty hard to force people into a relationship. But if you can create a project where you're not forcing them into it, that the things that they do are just things that they're either neutral about or just, by gosh, they happen to be good at it. And that's a nonlinear approach. So that's my words for the day, Merle's Pearls of Business Wisdom. And I will be back next Thursday, and I'm just trying to make something work right here, and here we go. Okay, so concluding remarks are, thank you. There you go. Thank you. Thank you is always good. Always good to be grateful for the people that are there for you, that listen to you, and maybe it will make a difference, some kind of difference to you. Thank you for listening to Merle's Pearls of Business Wisdom. I am, after all, your host, Merle M. Singer, the Relationship Miracle Worker. And you can find this episode, by the way, you can find this episode and all past episodes at relationshipmiracleworker.com/podcast. That's the wonderful thing about podcasts. You don't have to see it live. Of course, I love it when you do, but anytime. And by the way, it's always good to go to my website, relationshipmiracleworker.com/podcast. But you can go to Spotify, and you can go to Apple Podcasts and Amazon Music and all of the other of your favorite podcast platforms, and look for Merle's Pearls of Business Wisdom. And make some comments. Listen, make some comments. Let me know what you think. Do a like. I think you do likes. And by the way, while you're looking at some of the old episodes, look for the ones with my guests. My guests are always interesting. I love talking and interviewing other people. Everybody has some special knowledge and an approach, a way of saying it that is interesting, and it's a good way to learn. So that's it. I will see you next Thursday. Have a fabulous, wonderful, absolutely great day. It started to rain. It's supposed to rain a lot, but it's not raining now. And that's because you're here listening. Have a great day. Bye.